Florida State quarterback DJ Uiagalelei recently released a statement proving that the Florida State culture is intact and stronger than ever. But he also said a couple things that some of you guys may have missed. ACC Media Days, or ACC Kickoff, whatever you like to call it, is just a few weeks away. And just like every other year, the conference is selecting players to represent each school. Now, of course, you got to have the reigning conference champs in attendance, and usually the quarterbacks are an easy choice. And DJU did receive an invitation to go to Charlotte and represent Florida State University, but he turned it down. Now, honestly, reading that headline, I was kind of thrown off a little bit and, in a way, even disappointed. I was really looking forward to hearing DJ speak, just on his experience at Florida State over the last few months and hearing what he expects not only out of himself, but the team moving forward. But reading this statement, it actually shocked me. Now I'll read it to you guys and also probably throw it up on the screen here somewhere. He said, "I was honored to be invited by the conference to represent Florida State at this year's ACC Kickoff. The experience of attending that event in 2021 and 2022 is among the highlights of my time in college, and I appreciate being viewed as one of the conference's top players heading into this season. However, I feel strongly that Florida State should be represented by players who were part of last year's ACC championship team. The players who helped put this program back on top of the ACC should have their opportunity to be recognized for their contributions. This team is more than just its quarterback, and I'm excited for my teammates who will experience this fantastic event." I mean, what a class act here. Yes, he's already been twice in his time at Clemson, but still, to come in and essentially be coined a day one starter, no, that hasn't been officially confirmed or anything, but I think we're all expecting DJ to come in and lead and be the starting guy in Dublin, and things like this are only showing that we're correct in that assumption. But to come in and have all this hype, all these expectations on you, and still choosing to take the opportunity to turn the spotlight away from yourself and pay respect to last year's team, especially with guys like Pat Payton or Lawrence Toafili, who were on last year's squad and played a key role in winning the ACC championship game. Now, this says a lot about DJ as a leader, and I'm willing to bet went a long way with those guys in that locker room, even some of the newcomers for Florida State. Now, one thing I think that may have went under the radar is when he said, "This team is more than just its quarterback." Now, I have to think that he was taking a bit of a shot at the playoff committee and the snub here, where they used the injury to Jordan Travis as an excuse to leave Florida State out of the playoff. Now, obviously, that situation may never happen again because of the new 12-team format, and it's not like DJ making this statement was going to spark any actual change, but I still give him props for this kind of statement, and I think it says a lot about him as a person, as a leader, and really even just as a fan of the sport. Now, this really isn't too shocking coming from DJ. We already knew he's a veteran guy, a great leader, a program guy, as JD Bickel might say. We've seen examples of this ever since he arrived at Tallahassee. I mean, even his recruitment, he didn't visit any other schools. He waited several weeks for Florida State to make a decision at quarterback because he wanted to be at Florida State. He wanted to play for Mike Norvell. Even recently, we've seen him fly teammates out to California so they could practice and build a relationship. And now passing up this invitation and letting his teammates go instead of him, it's just the kind of stuff you like to see. Now, one big question we've gotten since December is, how is the culture at FSU? A lot of people deemed it a culture issue when basically all of the starters opted out of the bowl game, and I wholeheartedly disagree with that, but then you also lost so much talent to the NFL draft in April. You're now having to bring in a bunch of new faces from lots of other programs and backgrounds. Of course, you always worry about cohesion and hoping all the players mesh well with not only each other, but in the program as a whole, the scheme on the field, etc. Now we already know that Mike is probably one of, if not the best culture builder. He inherited a terrible culture when he stepped in and turned it around in what feels like overnight now looking back at it, even though it didn't feel like overnight in the moments. But we know Mike can manage a roster. We know he only picks guys that fit the culture in Tallahassee, and that's why we've seen the culture get stronger each and every year under Mike Norvell, despite heavy portal usage. And that's what made the addition of DJU so exciting, because you're just reloading, and you're reloading with true culture guys that can really lead your team. So to answer the question, I think the culture is more than fine. I'd argue it's stronger than ever. And I think because of guys like DJ, we'll see that culture both on and off the field, even through potential adversity when it comes. And that's what turns good teams into top programs in college football. And I'm really excited for DJ's future and the future of this team in 2024 and the program on a grand scale moving forward. Hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out, talking some elite Florida State Mike Norvell culture. If you enjoyed the video, if you're excited about this team in 2024, definitely drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a ton as we're trying to hit 1,000 subs by kickoff in Ireland next month. So definitely consider subscribing. And then let me know your thoughts down in the comments. How do you feel about this statement from DJ here, and how do you think DJ performs on the field in 2024? Because I think he'll have the best season of his career. But definitely give me your opinion down below, and let's talk Noles. We'll catch you guys on the next one.